How's your timing tonight, Kyle? How was your timing tonight after being off for a game? How'd you feel?
Just trying to continue to get back in tip-top shape. And that's the biggest key right now for me is just get back in tip-top shape and continue to push myself and push my body. And, my teammates doing an unbelievable job just, being patient.
Yeah. You guys jumped on them early tonight. They were coming back from the West Coast, and it just seemed like you guys you've had some poor starts, but you jumped out early tonight. What was behind that? Like, what do you think helped you get out to that start?
Harder, just playing with some more pace, playing with some energy. As myself as the point guard, getting the ball up a little bit quicker, and getting us in the sets a little bit better.
Looks like your second unit was really good at points tonight as well. What did you see out of that group?
I think DeLon, Fred, Norman kept their pace up, played aggressive downhill. Maybach gave us a great lift with guarding and Embiid. OG came in and gave us some good minutes. I think we just had a good overall game as a team.
When they made runs at you, you guys answered back right away. Just talk about the importance of just keeping them at bay when you had to tonight.
Just keeping, kind of staying consistent throughout the game. Understanding that they're home, they're going to make a run. They're a really good team. They're talented as heck. But staying patient, staying settled is a big key for that.
They also, you win a season series against them, a team that's obviously in the mix there in the positioning. How key was that for you guys to kind of take one of those series against a team that you're talking about?
I mean, if it comes down to that situation in playoff seedings, it's great to have that season series locked up. You know what I mean?
Do you still get revved up playing at home?
Nah, man. Tired of playing at home.
You're old. You've done it a million times.
I love playing at home.
Why?
It's home. My mom here. You know what I'm saying?
She watches all your games.
I know, but shoot, she in the building. It's different. Your mom in the building. It's cool. It's different.
Kyle, talk about your strategy late in the game. You guys going at Embiid selectively, double teaming, forcing. I mean, you forced between him and Simmons 10 turnovers tonight. Those two guys.
We had to do something because Joe was on a roll, and we kind of had to get the ball out of his hand a little bit. And we did a good job of rotating and finishing and finding ways to get to the shooters and get rebounds. So that was big.
You've been subject to rumors before.
Yeah.
Is this anything different this time around?
No. I personally want to be in Toronto. I never asked for a trade, and my goal is to try to win a championship here, and that's what I want to do.
Did management or anyone from the organization talk to you about the possibility?
No. I've heard all the rumors just like that. I'm sure if anything was to happen, I'm sure management would call me and talk to me and make me aware of anything that was going down. So that's one of the things where I'm sure we have a good enough relationship to know what's going on.
How cohesive is this group? Do you guys feel like you want to get it done together, or would you look for some?
I think it's just we've been so banged up in and out. It's been tough. So I think that's the one thing that's been a little bit difficult for us is being banged up and being in and out. But I think we all know what we want and the end goal is.
So you guys aren't wanting, looking for help or someone from the outside?
So we're going to go out here and do our jobs. At the end of the day, we got to go out here and do our jobs as a team and what we have and what we have.
The only thing tonight is just, letting them get back in the game there late, fouling a little bit too much. But overall, I think, we're moving in the right direction. We'll see how next game goes. And, that's what I think about the game tonight.
First half, you guys had the big start. Just talk about what was going good as a team in that first half offensively.
Just like I was saying, we were getting stops on defense. Very aggressive on our double teams. We made shots as well. Got a good open looks. Got to the free throw line, made our free throws, and we were able to get a lead.
When they made the runs at you, you able as a team able to respond rather quickly and just keep them at bay tonight as well. Just talk about that aspect of it, of just keeping them out and not let them have a big run when they had to.
I just talked about it. They gave them. They got to the free throw line. They were very aggressive going to the paint. I think we're about 7 minutes to go in that third quarter. We're at 5 fouls, so from there they start getting it going, and B start making some shots, and that's how they kind of got back in the game.
But when you guys able to answer back though, when they had that chance, you guys. I'm talking about answering back for you as a team, answering back.
You said we were answering back?
Yeah.
Just having a focus of it, trying to win the game, and knowing what our mistakes were, and trying to limit them.
6 turnovers tonight. Why did you have so much success against him?
You said who? Just listening and just sticking to our team game plan and just trying to show my hands and just keep my length on him as much as possible. He's a great player, very good at getting to the basket and finding his teammates, and just try my best to just get in the passing lanes and stick to our game plan.
This kind of game tonight, Kawhi, it seems like kind of like playoff type intensity going down the stretch. It seemed like you guys did a nice job of not looking for calls to bail you out, kind of like playing through stuff. I mean, you went to the free throw line a lot. Is that how do you kind of keep that mentality going?
Just got this. You got to just stay focused as a team that you're trying to win the basketball game and just keep moving from there. We did some things that we're not proud of down the stretch. I turned over the ball probably twice. Kyle turned over the ball as well. And we need to be able to get down the court and get some shots up. And, that's we still could get some things from tonight and see how we, executed defensively and offensively and trying to get better.
That second group with DeLon and Fred and Norm, they seem like they're building some chemistry right now. What are you seeing from them?
Just working together out there, and like I said, we all want to go out there and play defense first and being selfish with the ball and trying to win the game. That's our goal, and our mindset is to win the game.
I know it's February and it's a long way to go till playoff time, but you take a season series against a team that has been jockeying with you guys in that playoff position. How important was that at least get them out of the way in terms of potential playoff scenarios?
As far as Philly?
In terms of Philadelphia and positioning for playoffs and so and seeding?
I don't think we're focused on that. We have to focus on ourselves rather than another team, because that's how you get better. You get better within, not focusing somewhere else. And, if when the playoffs come, we'll see how the standings are, and hopefully we are a better team than we were tonight.
Definition of bend but don't break.
Yeah, I guess we played really good, right? And there was some flurries there, right? There was some flurries there, especially I thought the start of the third was a little wild, but we hung in there, and then we had another one at the start of the fourth.
Nick, your defense late in the game, it seemed like you were kind of selectively double teaming Joel. You talked about that early. You send it at him. Do you think how much do you think you surprised him or them because of what was happening earlier in the quarter?
I think he was probably more surprised we didn't do it earlier, Jonesy. Yeah. That was our game plan. Was when he starts approaching 40, we're going to start double teaming him. Yeah, we got to it, but we might have waited a little bit too long there. But it was really effective once we got there, right? It shut the water off pretty quick. Yeah.
You guys also showed, in my eyes, a little bit of offensive toughness there, some execution under tough circumstances.
Yeah, and I thought there was a group out there that you wouldn't maybe say is our most potent offensive group, and they kept manufacturing some little dump-offs and some baskets. I think it was DeLon, Freddie, Norm, OG, and Greg, and they stayed after it. Really, most impressive thing of the night was our rebounding. I mean, they had I don't know, something like 7 or 10 straight games of over 10 offensive rebounds going, and we held them to 5, and then we went and got 15 ourselves, and we were chasing it. That's as good as we've chased the ball all season. Man, those extra possessions are huge.
Ibaka got those 5 fouls pretty quick, so you didn't get to keep him out there, but I mean, the job he did while he was in there.
It's my fault, man. He picks up a strange offensive foul for number 4, and I got to react quicker so we can't get the 5th one, right? I was taking him out, but the ball got put back in play, and lo and behold, he gets his 5th, right? So that's on me for not getting him out of there. You can't take the chance. Saying that, I thought Greg came in and brought a lot of spirit and some buckets and some. Again, he's doing what he can do, finished some things, but there's some things you don't see. He's a leader for the team and a team favorite, as you can see when he's scoring. The place is, the bench is going crazy. So you don't underestimate that stuff sometimes.
Nick, what goes into that decision? You said that kind of different unit, scoring and manufacturing stuff for you to say, okay, let's ride this, or you know what, I'm playing with fire here. I'm going to get my starters back in. What goes through?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was playing with fire, Jonesy, for a couple minutes there, and they just kind of kept manufacturing a bucket, and they weren't trading buckets. They were giving up a little, but they'd get a stop, and then they'd manufacture another one, and I got to the quarter, and then I look out, and his starting lineup's out there, right, and I
won the quarter by a point, though.
Yeah, and I was just, I was worried about his starters being out there. And, again, we manufactured a couple early buckets. I think it was a 4-4 start, and then he took a timeout, and then they went on the run, and then we had to get our guys back in. But we kind of stuck to our normal rotations there. We waited till about 8 to go and got those guys back in. So as far as rest-wise and stuff, it worked out okay for us in the end.
The importance of taking a season series from them, especially a team that's in contention for those playoff spots. How important is that for you guys to get one of those out of the way?
Well, it's good because I'm not sure we won the other two, did we? Didn't get Milwaukee's. Got Indiana. And we're trailing Boston, so it was good to get one. It was good to get one, yeah, for sure.
It was threes for you. Yeah.
It was awesome. That's Kyle in a super focused game. He took his threes, he took his deep ones, he took some drives. Whenever you see him pull that little slam on the brakes, spin to the left, fall away along, you know he's in the game, right? So he did some nice things. He drove deep and dumped it off a few times as well. He was great tonight. Kyle Lowry was great.
These are still big games for him coming home here. Yeah.
Huge game. Wants to win here. Wants to play good, and he did it both. I'm super happy for him, man.
DeLon just looks like he's playing with a confidence he didn't have earlier in the year.
Yep, he's finally playing with reckless abandon. He is. He's playing with some reckless abandon, right? I mean, I'm a little too reckless. He came off and pulled a 3 there when we really needed some penetration to the rim, but I'd rather have him that way than cautious, right? He played good.